Says I'm live. Oh man. So testing. Let's see how things are going here. This is an interesting setup. All right, so I'm gonna play around and just get used to everything. If you are watching this or like in the present or in the future, I'm Thomas Fairchild. Welcome to Kaiju. Right now, I am just experimenting with this whole live streaming thing. I'm not used to it. See, I'm usually the guy that like just chills out like late at night preparing like some sort of special effect. I'm the guy that's hardly ever in front of the camera. So this is really fun. And hey, maybe we'll make this a daily ritual or weekly or monthly, who knows. um yeah, so anyway, if you are just tuning in, watching, let me know what you guys think, how your day is going. I am in a chatty mood, but right now I am just going to familiarize myself with this whole console, this setup. Let's see. Ooh, send feedback. Yes, I would love to send feedback. Oh, that's cool. You could probably tell, like, oh wow, what's Tom doing? He is learning. This is an educational experience, and I am just brand new to this whole thing, and I love it. This is cool. What a great opportunity. So I guess just talking cool stuff. Recently wrapped up production on long as title coming your way. Recently wrapped up production on Mechagodzilla versus Destroya versus Space Godzilla. That was a long time coming. I am really happy with how that turned out. I'm also really happy that it's done because that became kind of like a, a time consuming operation. But here we are. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, I'm easily distracted. And currently also finished this relatively compared to I guess I'm just going to call it MDS for short, the big movie I made recently. Just also wrapped up production on Godzilla versus Kong Titan War. That turned out to be I was honestly not expecting that to be a lot of fun. Kind of felt like, all right, I could use. I'm still fresh in this whole. I'm gonna make movie. I'm gonna keep wired in. But then, oh, this is a fun project. And then I really imagined it as being a sort of like minute and a half, sort of like a intense, quick little rock'em sock'em kaiju fight. But then realized this is actually a lot of fun. Go figure. And now I'm kind of wishing I did a lot more. But, I really like how things turned out. Hopefully, you guys get a chance to see it. My screen is shaking because this is all being shot in my living room and the computer's on the table. And I like to move around a lot. So if things are shaking, I apologize. It's because I have no self-control. Yeah, so just thought I'd stream for a bit, get used to this whole setup. This is it's really cool. Yeah, so if anybody ever feel free to say hi. It's always nice to get to know you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. In the meantime, I'm going to ramble and just chat for a bit. So, current productions that are in the work, what sort of projects can people expect to see coming to Kaijutopia within the next, I don't know, 6 months? Because I have chosen to make stop motion. I have chosen a field well known that where it could take an obscene amount of time to make your project come to fruition. So uh yeah, it's just something that I think is worth the wait. But yeah, with Godzilla versus Kong Titan War coming out this Saturday, planning on premiering it around 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Love to see you guys there. Um, as soon as that's done, I am thinking of doing a next little stop motion series of films that might. As of right now, am going to likely take a break from Godzilla Kaiju for a bit, and I'm interested in exploring other sort of characters just to better familiarize myself, because anyone familiar with stop motion could tell you that when you especially use human characters or like human shaped characters, it could be a bit difficult because, well, uh, it's kind of hard to work with subjects that are on 2 feet, as opposed to doing kaiju like Godzilla, who has a tail to provide better stabilization. So I'm going to try and improve there. This last project with Godzilla versus Kong allowed me a chance to definitely learn more about how I'm going to be using Kong in future projects. Some of you might have known from last August, I shared this video titled Legends of Power Volume 1. Basically, that's a future glimpse of what sort of projects that I would like to do either in the near future or in the future, where it could be like, you know what, I'll get to that when I can. And one of them is God. No, I'm getting I'm getting ahead of myself. One of them is going to be Kong versus Biollante, and that is something that has been on my mind for quite a while now. But it's also one of those things where I've learned the hard way that it's best to really be patient with an idea, even though like that idea just it just wants to break free, and you just want to do it now, and it has to be ready, and it's like, not so fast. There's a lot of things that I want to do for this movie that will take a lot of prep. And like I'm saying, I want to continue to improve my techniques. I want to be able to make my videos better for you guys so you can enjoy them more. And I think I so far I think we're doing pretty good. And so for the next project, I'm really hoping to use a an interesting cast of characters, both that are like that are heroes and villains alike. Um, who? Why not? For some, I'm planning on one side. I'm thinking so far of having a sort of matchup. I don't know if I'm going to make this an outright battle just yet. It's kind of more of me just taking some of my favorite characters across fiction, and it's very similar to a multiversal Avengers kind of thing, but with this stipulation that one, I can only use characters. I can only use one character per universe, unless I for one side. So for the heroes team, if I decide I want to use Batman, because why not, he's Batman, I can't use any other DC comic character for that side. So unless of course I want to take a DC villain and put him on the other side. But that project's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, so that will probably start. I'll probably start production on that real soon. It's also one of those things that you probably don't think about, where you really want to. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. This home we have a lot of fur babies, a lot of animals. So my dog just woke up from his nap. So if I lose my train of thought, you know why. Oh, hey guys, we got Sheen and Smiley Face Studios. What's up, guys? Okay, so thoughts on Showa era. It's a good question. Showa era is quite possibly my either my favorite kaiju era films, or easily, if we were to like take a list and we're trying to go through each era by era, trying to determine what's your favorite movie from each one and such, it would be really tough. Currently I would probably still go with Showa, but it would be tough to choose there. But I really enjoy the Showa era because you could tell that it was an innovative time for those filmmakers who were really pioneers in the kaiju eiga as we know it. We could probably dedicate an entire stream to us just talking about the Showa era in itself, because it's not just limited to Showa Godzilla per se. I mean, imagine getting into all things tokusatsu. Like, we could talk about Gamera, we could talk about Ultraman. There's so much to go in there, so much to talk about. But I absolutely love the Showa era. I mean, almost everything we might just come to expect or take for granted today when it comes to some of the modern films. Like, I'm a big fan of the MonsterVerse, for example, but elements that make the MonsterVerse enjoyable, definitely you could trace back to the Showa era, and it was a golden time. If I could have a time machine and go back and watch these movies for the first time when they came out on the big screen, I would do it in a heartbeat. Hi, Guinness. What's up, bud? Oh man, but yeah. So just so you might notice that if I do this more in the future, I'm quite scattered brain. It's why I really enjoy doing motion graphics and such, because it really helps me concentrate better and keep my eyes on the prize, stay motivated, and stay on task and all that. But yeah, let's see what else we got. Sheen, another question. What is the reason you started this channel? Man, that's a good one. I started this channel years back before it was renamed Kaijutopia. It was known as Progress Pictures, and Progress Pictures was the name of my production company at the time. I did a lot of freelance work. I've done a lot of video editing over the years. I've done motion graphics for some companies, some organizations, and individuals, what have you. So Progress Pictures was initially meant to be a place where I would upload, my content, the sort of uh, video gigs that I had over the years. But of course, some of them I had to privatize because, at the discretion of my clients, because not everyone, of course, wants some videos made to be made public. Because I've done some wedding videography as well, so it really depends on whether or not, if they want that to be shared publicly or not. It's their discretion. But originally, that's how it all began. But the main reason after that just became I love making movies. I love telling stories. And I thought this would be a great opportunity to express not only what I like or what I'm capable of, but also just to have that creative freedom to be able to share your projects and passions. And I'm it's been a roller coaster, especially if you go back through the channel's history. You'll notice, like, oh wow, one video came out this year, and then only two videos for this year. So it's been one of those things where there's a lot. It's been a long time coming, but now I've in recent years taken the channel more seriously. So I hope to do more. What are Smiley Face Studios? Welcome, buddy. What are your thoughts on the Heisei era Gamera films? Love them. Love them, love them, love them. I'm not gonna like express that love and admiration in chronological order because all three Gamera films from the 90s are extremely well made in their own way. You quite literally could make a case for each of those films for being like your favorite kaiju film of all time. I'm just gonna smile and nod because those movies you could tell they were made with passion, with conviction, like just aesthetically speaking, the Heisei Gamera films are unrivaled even to this day. But if I like just wanted to quickly talk about them in general, I would say I remember when Gamera 3 first, you were when I first heard about it in like the early 2000s, I watched like movie trailers for that movie all the time. And when I finally got my hands on a physical copy of that movie, it was VHS at the time. And I don't know if anybody knows what VHS is, but long story short, it was the ancient way upon which we watched movies. And I I like destroyed my copy because I watched it over and over again. I would like stop it like during the dogfight between Gamera and Iris, that incredible aerial duel they had before the final battle in Kyoto. I like would pause and study that movie frame by frame. Like I would just look at it and I would always have a million questions. Like, how did they do that? How is this so effective? Like oh, look at the detail. And man, I would do it in slow motion, frame by frame, studying it, trying to. Little did I know at the time, this was before I realized I wanted to make movies and work in the video production industry and all that. That Gamera 3 would play an instrumental role in eventually getting into motion graphics. I have a wall of VHS movies. Right on. That's what I like to hear. That's awesome, man. Oh, those VHS movies, those were, oh gosh, the covers alone were always so appealing to me. I don't know if it's just nostalgia or if it's just something that you could tell there's a difference, I feel like, in terms of just if you maybe somebody more qualified than me could maybe take a crack at this, but like if you could just somehow look at how movie posters have been done over the years and compare and contrast their unique styles, aesthetics, I would be very curious to see like just how much has changed and how they all compare. But during the VHS era, like man, I remember like walking to Blockbuster at the time and just going aisle to aisle, seeing all these movies, and especially when you get to the science fiction, you see the Godzilla movies, and those VHS covers are just burned into my brain. I love them. It was a good time. Of course, VHS players were not always super reliable, especially mine. um, Man, I lost quite a number of Godzilla movies to my VHS players back in the day. Oh man, wow, we're already like 19 minutes in this. I still feel like I've just been rambling. So, uh, thanks for being patient. In case anyone is still out there, but anyway, me I did not plan too much again for all of this, but I can assure you someday I will definitely do this again because it was a lot of fun. But I really, I guess, got a couple more minutes to really just, I guess, finish my thought from earlier. One thing that I really want to do sometime this summer is first, I'm going to do this sort of a kind of Godzilla War at Sea kind of short movie. I've been imagining this for a while, but it's just basically Godzilla taking on like some Navy force and such. And what I hope to do with this is mainly try to what I'm really just trying to both continue to make projects that I think are interesting and fun, but also really push my skills to the test because I'm really trying to. I have one rule when I make these sort of movies. I have a goal in mind. It's always to do something I'd never done before. So I'm going to be really trying to play with water effects. I'm going to be trying to design my own motion graphics as well to further complement what I plan to have on screen. But other than that, there are so many other projects I have in mind. I want to do a what if video. Currently, I have the script. I'm writing a script for it because the last monster what if video I did, it was like a year ago where I would I think it was called "What If Showa Godzilla Never Existed," and I did that without writing a script. I just had a basic outline of what I wanted to talk about, and it was okay. It was not bad, but it was bad. Not bad, bad, but this time I feel like I definitely need a script just to hopefully make the video more I guess I don't know, just so it's a lot easier for those whoever wants to take the time to watch a video, because this is like an analysis of sorts where I just basically speculate for a while on how what I think would happen in this sort of hypothetical. But these sort of videos are mainly designed for those who like. It would be really fun to be able to talk about these sort of things with other Godzilla fans. So maybe after the video drops, we could all talk about it and share ideas. But in the meantime, the video that I'm going to be working on is called "What If Showa Godzilla and Showa Gamera Switched Places?" So what would happen if in 1954, instead of Godzilla rising out of the sea to attack Tokyo and such, it was actually Gamera? And then how would Godzilla fare in Gamera's world? It's just something that I've thought about that I think would be really fun and exciting, and I kind of would love to see how Gamera would interact with all the Godzilla characters, monsters, humans, and such. Would he fare better? Would he do? Would he actually be able to stop some threats and such? There's a lot that I think would be interesting. But yeah, that's one video that I'm hoping to get started on soon. I do want to do more reviews and such for movies, maybe even if time allows. I normally do not have this much free time. I am a full-time dad, so currently my little toddler kid isn't here, but you never know when he might come back. But usually these are one of those things I have to uh, schedule in advance so I can have that free time and energy. Because man, kids, they suck. They drain the life out of you. That's all I can say. Let's see what other projects before I start to head off here. Talked about Kong versus Biollante briefly, and I guess where I was going with that, simply put, is as you'll see this Saturday with Godzilla versus Kong. I hope it kind of serves as a sort of sneak peek of things to come, because using what I'm going to be using will be the SH Monster Arts Kong action figure from Godzilla versus Kong. And there's a lot of both pros and cons to it from a stop motion animated point of view. But I also learned a lot during the making of this movie. Perhaps that reminds me again of why I should definitely in future streams prepare better. I am definitely going to do more VFX breakdown videos, hopefully within the next month. The last movie I worked on, again, long title, Mechagodzilla versus Destroya versus Space Godzilla, MDS for short. I'm hoping to do a few VFX breakdowns for that, maybe even a director's commentary of sorts, because there are a lot of Easter eggs in that movie. There's a lot of behind the scenes setup. I mean, it's a 20-minute movie, but man, that was in production for like off and on for a few years, actually. I think if memory serves, that movie has been in the works since 2018. That doesn't mean I've been working on it like every day or every other day since 2018. That would be crazy. It would it would be a lot longer than 20 minutes. But and hopefully look better in the end. But yeah, that movie's been in the production for a while, so I really want to dedicate a lot of. I want to dedicate more time to be able to just help share how much work went into that, how much time, how much. A lot of ideas were still left on the cutting room floor, but yeah, so more things to come, I guess. All right, everyone. I'm going to head out. I know it's only been 26 minutes and 27 minutes, and I feel like we have really gotten a chance to get to know each other more. Uh, I I hope this was fun. Big thanks to Sheen and Smiley Face Studios guys. Thank you so much for stopping by and chiming in, asking great questions. And I look forward to seeing you guys more. And everyone else, take care. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.